Welcome back to Living with a Classic, and today we're up for a fun experiment. I have an X-type here, so 2009 I believe, 2.2 diesel, really similar to the one I had before, and it has quite a common turbo issue, which is common to these engines both in this car and in the Mondeo, the 2.2 4-cylinder diesel, is that the turbo, the veins inside the exhaust part of the turbo, they get stuck with carbon, just filled up with things, and then the turbo actuator can't move those veins, and you get some codes. I'll show them on screen what they are. I can't remember them off the top of my head. However, there is a workaround which a lot of people have tried. I haven't tried it before, but a good friend of mine has tried it, and I've seen countless videos on it where you drill a hole in a really strategic place and you use oven cleaner to spray inside there, let it sit, and it fixes the issue. At least we're going to give it a shot. I want to help this lady out who has the car where, she got a really high quote for changing out the turbo. And I said, well, we could try this. I said it's going to be, an hour to 2 hours of my labor and some oven cleaner. And she said, yeah, let's give it a shot. So let me bring you guys in for a closer look. We'll see how it goes. And if it works, it works. And if it doesn't, well, maybe we'll try and get a used turbo or something else for her just to try and get this back on the road, because it's really not drivable at the moment. Well, it drives, but it's in limp mode and you get almost no turbo action, so it's quite slow as well. Here is the turbo. I just removed a heat shield over it, and you have the down pipe going down right here, and over here is the turbine and everything, and here's the actuator, which is stuck. So what you do is you drill a hole here. Now you're thinking, oh, you get dirt into the turbo. Well, any metal shavings will just go straight into the exhaust down here and get blown out. And then you use a long straw on your oven cleaner and you go through all the way through here and you try and spray up here. At least we're going to give this a shot. So I bought some tools to be able to drill over here because it's quite tight. So we're going to give that a shot. I'm going to use M6 or 5 millimeters and then tap that to M6 so we can put a bolt in there and get it airtight again. At least that's the plan. So let me start on drilling a hole there. We'll see how that goes, and then we'll see how the oven cleaner works, and hopefully we can get this thing back on the road for her. I just drilled the first pilot hole. I was a little bit nervous, so I wasn't filming it, but right there, it's a 2 millimeter hole. And this is what I've used. It's a flexible bit holder. And then I got drill bits with 6-sided ends, just like a bit. And that seems to work well. So I'm gonna take it up to a 5 now. And if that works, we will tap it, put in, make sure that we have a bolt that goes in there, and then we will clean this up. And I think I'll disconnect the actuator so we can move the veins manually and make sure that everything moves as it should. Alright, threaded and tapped, and the bolt goes in really well. There's a washer. When it's all tightened up and ready, I will dip it in some exhaust sealing paste and put it on, and it should be perfectly tight. So now I'm going to take and put an extension on there so that we can get a straw and try and fill that area in there with the spray, and hopefully it will work. I have a spray nozzle here from WD-40 can, and I've shaken it quite a bit, and it's long, and it should go all the way in there, and we'll put in, let's say 5-6 seconds, something like that. Alright, the only thing I'm going to try is there anything coming out, or is it... Yeah. Okay. It's a bit on the slow side. Let's see if I can get it in this way. There we go, that's gonna work better. And then we'll give that, I need 2 hands, but I'll give that 5 seconds and we'll see how it goes. It says 20 minutes on the can, so I'm gonna wait that time, see how it does. In the meantime, I'm gonna disconnect, I think this is a circ clip here on the actuator, and see if I can move this arm back and forth here. And then if that frees up, then we know we fixed it. All right, that is in. It's not all, you know, sealed up like I want it later with the exhaust paste, but it's just tight in there. And the actuator is back together. I have the keys here. Let's try and fire it up. It moves really, really smoothly now before I hooked up the actuator again. So we'll see. It doesn't give the code right away. It does it during the first sort of hard acceleration, but I'm just interested to see if it moves at all, or also if it smokes. But it's running. Did we have any smoke? Doesn't smell funny or anything. Nothing weird around here. I'm gonna try and set up the camera so we can see the actuator, and then give it some throttle and see if that moves. I just looked back at the footage and it moves. It seems to move well. So I'm going to go for a drive now. It says to go for about 10-minute drive, a little bit, something like that. I don't know. I'll do that. We'll see if the code comes back or not. And then maybe it's a fix. Maybe it's not. But I don't know. It moved and it didn't move before. So that's really good. Just back now from a 20-25 minute drive. Pulls really well up and down the mountain here. No error codes. Nothing like that. Running beautifully. I'm going to drive it again a little bit later today, a little bit later tomorrow. We'll see if it's actually fixed. It might be, but I'll report back to you guys in a couple days. It's 2 days later. I've taken this thing on quite a few long drives, and the light came on once, and then it just started up and it didn't do it again. So what I did was, I'll bring you in a little closer, have a look at that. I put some copper slip lubrication on certain points where the actuator arm is, and after that, it seems to be pretty good. Is it a permanent fix? Probably not. But did we add maybe another year of life back into this car? It has, you know, an MOT until May or something, so the owner just got a fresh service on it. So if they can get a little bit more use out of it, I think that's great. And then it's an old X-type. It will pretty soon need some welding on the sills in the back and things like that. Maybe they're not prepared to do that, but, you know, at least we can give it a little bit more life. So the owner's going to pick it up in the next couple of days, and hopefully everything really goes well. And would I recommend try this at home? Not really sure. At your own risk. I saw other people try it and they had success. I've tried it, I've had success. It could ruin your turbo. I'm not saying it will or won't, but this time it worked. Anyways, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with friends. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel. It really does help out a lot. Till next time, I'm Adam. This was Living with a Classic. I'll see you soon.